Hi everyone, and welcome to my active flexibility session. Today we're going to be looking at the lower body, and we're going to be mainly focusing on active, static and active dynamic flexibility, although there will be a little bit of static passive thrown in there as well, because passive flexibility training is super important for our progression. If you would like to know more about the definitions of flexibility, then check out my blog post in the description below, which has lots more information on this. So for today, there are some things that you will definitely need, which is a little bit of floor space and wall space. You will also find it useful to have some yoga blocks or just something that you can use to stabilize yourself, so a chair or something like that. Some optional extras are going to be holding a heavy weight or having some ankle weights just to add a little bit of extra load to the movement. I will let you know when you can start using these things, and this is just a really great way to make an exercise a little bit more advanced, a bit more intense. So for those of you very flexible people out there, that will just help make it a little bit more challenging for you. So let's get going. Okay, let's start with a warm-up. So the first thing we're going to do is bring your back to the wall, and you're going to just drop both knees out to one side. So that means we're going to get external rotation with one and internal rotation with the other hip. So we're kind of focusing mainly on the hip joint itself, although other kind of areas are going to get involved because it's impossible to completely isolate one area. But just to make it as kind of specific as possible, you're going to keep both of your sit bones down onto the floor, even if that restricts the amount of rotation that you're doing. As you can see, if I lift my bum up, I get kind of more external rotation here, although it's not true because this hip is lifted. So we're going to keep that down, keep your back to the wall. We're then going to lift the knees up towards the ceiling, changing sides, and again, just focusing on keeping that hip down. We're just going to do a little bit of a gentle push on that lifted knee. That might be both or just one. And then we're just going to change sides. Okay, we're not going to be specific on this. I just want you to do a few rotations going each way, just to kind of get them moving. Okay, we're going to do a more specific kind of rotation exercise in the warm-up anyway. This is just going to get us moving, get a little bit of blood flow into those hip joints. And make sure that as you're going through this, your back stays against the wall. So you might find that if you do this without kind of having that pressure backwards, you start to kind of creep forward. So if you do get that, then just sit back up, recorrect yourself. It really doesn't need to be specific or perfect. Let's just do a couple more on each side. And hopefully things are starting to get a bit more moving. You might be able to feel the joint kind of capsule stretching out a little bit. So if anything does feel a little bit sore, then just don't push in as much kind of depth. Just bring it up a little bit. It's meant to feel nice-ish. A little bit of intensity is fine. Okay, let's make this our last one. And then gently coming out. Okay, let's come up to standing, bring yourself to your mat. We're going to do some horse stance squats. So this is basically a squat, but with a load of external rotation through the hips, knees and the feet. Okay, so we're first just going to walk the feet out. So you're in a nice wide position with the legs, but this needs to be comfortable. So you need to hold this in a comfortable way. Okay, we're then going to externally rotate the feet, which means the knees will start to turn out and the hips will also get a nice bit of external rotation. As we drop down into the squat, it's really important that you're squeezing your glutes to try and drive your knees backwards. Okay, so we're going to drop down, keeping those knees back, just going as low as you feel comfortable, and then we're going to push and squeeze back up. We're going to go for 10 of these. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that squeeze with the glutes, don't let them switch off. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, we're going to drop down and we're just going to hold it here for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come back up standing, bring the legs in. Let's give it a little shake out. We're going to do another set of those in a minute. So this time I want us to try and go a little bit wider with the legs, even if that's just like an extra millimeter on both sides. Okay, so we're going to do our walking out. See if you can just go a little bit wider than the first time. Okay, turning the feet out, turning the knees out, turning the hips out, thinking about squeezing the glutes. We're gonna drive the knees backwards. Okay, we're gonna go for it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you know what's coming. We're going to go down on 10 and we're going to hold it for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then you can just walk yourself back in, give it a little shake out. Okay, so for the next exercise, we're going to go into a nice low lunge. So we're going to step across. We're going to bend one knee, dropping the bum down towards the floor, and we're going to go down until you're completely folded. You can lift that foot up if you need to. We're then going to sink the bum all the way down to the floor, internally rotate this leg. So we're dropping the knees together. We're then coming back up. We're going to lift the bum off of the floor, foot back down, and then we're going to push up through that leg to come back to standing, okay? If you need to use the floor to help push you back up, or you need to use something else to help push you back up, that is completely fine, okay? We're gonna go for 10 of these, so let's go for it. We're gonna drop down to the bum, rotate in, and then pushing back up. That's 1. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, should be getting a little bit harder now. 8, 9, last one now. So although this is our warm up, and push up for the last one. Whew. Okay, because this is our warm up, I've not said that you can kind of add weights to it, but of course you can hold a weight out in front just to add extra load to the movement. Okay, so nice deep breath. Let's do the same on the other side. So nice wide step, hands out in front. Like I said, you can hold a weight, but because we're still warming up, you don't need to, okay? You can just kind of take that away with you if you want to do it in the future. Bending the knee, dropping down onto your butt, internally rotate, come back through, and then push yourself up. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. You might find that one feels better than the other. I definitely feel like this is my weaker side. It's always good to make note of these things. Okay, we're on 7. Ooh. 8. 9. Last one now. Make it nice and strong. Push through, all the way up to standing. Well done. Okay, we're going to do one last kind of warm-up exercise. I know these are quite intense still, but this is active flexibility, I'm afraid. Okay, so with this exercise, again, you can make this harder by adding a weight to it. You can elevate the front foot, but I'm not going to make us do any of that for now. I'm just going to do this without any equipment, just because, again, we're warming up into things, so we don't need to make things complicated yet. Okay, so nice deep breath. We're going to step forward nice and wide. We're going to go up on the toes of the back foot, keeping the knee nice and straight, keeping the hip nice and open. We're then going to drop down, letting the front knee go over the front toe and then pushing back through. We're going to go for 10 of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, you can go as low as you possibly can. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Bring the back foot together. So yeah, as you can tell with this one, we're going right into our end range kind of hip flexibility, and we're powering through the front leg. So we're getting strength right into that end range position, which is super important. But the other nice thing about this exercise is that we're working through the range. We aren't just doing the end range. We're going from a standing, dropping all the way through. Okay, nice deep breath. Let's change sides. Nice wide step forward. Up on the toe of the back leg, keep that back knee nice and straight, and we're going to go for 10, so dropping down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Bring the back foot forward. Okay, we're going to do one more set on each side of that exercise. So have a little breather, and let's go for it. So stepping forward on the opposite leg again, up on the back toe, keeping the back knee nice and straight. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Step forward. Okay, nice deep breath. Let's change sides. Last one. Back knee nice and straight. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10, and step the legs back together. Okay, final warm-up exercise. Grab yourself a yoga block. You're going to bring your legs out into a straddle position, and we want to go to a comfortable straddle. Okay, so we're not going into like a box split position, just bringing the legs out in front. Okay, so knees nice and straight, squeezing the quads. The reason for this yoga block is not to add load, it's to add control, because then we're going to be thinking about the arm and upper body positioning. So when we're doing our straddle position, I want you to think about squeezing your glutes, which is going to externally rotate at the hip. Okay, the lower you go into this, the harder this is going to be to control for most people. Okay, which is fine. We just need to be aware of it. It will get better with practice. Okay, so arms overhead, squeeze the glutes, which is going to keep the shoulders up by the ears, and we're going to first side bend to one side of one leg. Okay, so we're going to drop across and pull back up. As we're doing this, make sure this hip stays on the floor. Let's keep going. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Change sides. 1, 2, keep the butt squeezed, keep the quads engaged. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Okay, let's drop the arms, give it a little shake. Okay, if it's too much for you to hold your arms up like that, you really don't have to do it. Bearing in mind we're going to do a couple more sets. Okay, so if your arms are like, oh, that's enough, then you can just pop them in front of you. You don't actually have to hold anything. It's just nice to have that extra control, and obviously the longer our levers are, the heavier we will be, so it does make it a little bit harder, but only a small amount. Okay, so let's go again. Squeezing the quads, squeezing the glutes, arms overhead if you want to. This time we're going to rotate the body towards the knee, and we're going to fold straight down, being much more careful now of that butt cheek staying on the floor. We're going to fold and come back up. Remember, we're not going into our full maximum flexibility yet. We are just warming up the movement, so just go where you feel comfortable. We're on 3, by the way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change sides, rotate round and drop down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep the knees engaged, 8, 9, last one, 10, and relax out. Get rid of that yoga block for a second. So again, we need to make sure that these all stay nice and engaged. Okay, you'll notice that my feet are not pointed. Okay, I'm actually keeping them flexed. This is because for me personally, it's easier for me to control the external rotation if my toes are flexed, because I can kind of visually see where they're pointing. Okay, but it's not wrong to do either way. So if you feel better to have your toes pointed, then go ahead. Okay, we're going to do one more exercise. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit less load. Okay, we're going to be doing quite a dynamic movement. So it's very important with this that you do maintain that quad squeeze and that glute squeeze. We're going to put the hands in front. We're going to rotate our chest to one side. We're going to fold forward just as much as you feel comfortable. And then we're going to round the back out, coming through the other way, and then arching as we come forward. Okay, we're just going to do 10 rotations. I'm pretty sure we're on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. We're going to go straight in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Okay, bring yourself out of it, give itself a little shake. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm and ready to do some more intense exercises. We're now going to do a couple of active exercises for the hamstrings and for the quads and the hip flexors. This is to help prepare us for some higher level active split stretching. So for this first exercise for the hamstring, we're going to use a heavy resistance band. As you can see, this is very heavy. Okay, if you don't have one of these, then the alternative is to use a yoga strap or a towel, one that doesn't move, because a lighter resistance band will only mean that you get less out of the exercise. I personally just find these very heavy resistance bands really good for this exercise. The other thing we're going to use is a yoga block or a cushion. The lower this is, the better in terms of the ease. Okay, the higher, the harder it's going to be, but obviously you're going to get kind of a deeper, intense stretch. So the lower is kind of for like more beginnery type level of hamstring flexibility. The higher is going to be for more advanced. Okay, so I've got kind of like a small platform here, which is fine. Now the reason we're putting this underneath our back, I will show you. So I'm going to pop this underneath my lower back, but can you see how my butt is staying on the floor? So as I fold over, my sit bones are remaining in contact with the floor. Okay, the reason for this, as you can see, if I stretch my leg up here, my sit bone stays on the floor, which is where my hamstring attaches, so it just creates a more lengthened position. It means we're going to get more out of the stretch. So just to get yourself in a position, you can lift your bum up off of the floor and wrap the band around your heel. Okay, you then hold the band however you feel comfortable. Sit your bum back down on the floor, and then you're just going to pull the leg in to a point where you feel comfortable. So the first part of this exercise, we're going to push the heel down towards the floor. Okay, the second part, we're going to lift the leg up towards you, and the third part is going to be a passive hold where we're going to use the arms to pull the leg in. Okay, so get yourself in position, squeeze in the quad. We're going to go pushing away for 10. So holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to pull in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the leg, keep the quad engaged, and we're just going to pull the leg in. And we're going to hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently relax out. Let's do the same on the other side. So getting yourself into position. Keep the quad engaged. And we're going to push the heel down towards the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and then just pull the leg in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently release the band, relax out. Well done. Okay, so you might find that because we've got the kind of pillow or yoga block or whatever you've got underneath your back, it's actually going to be harder to do this. So this might be a stretch that you are familiar with, but if you do it without anything under your back, it is going to be easier because your pelvic can tilt up, therefore taking the stretch out of your hamstring. So this is actually forcing you to go into that full hamstring flexibility, which is what we want, because that means we're going to actually see some progress. Okay, by the way, I'm staying here because we're going to do another set, so you can just sort of chill out for a second as well while I talk to you and we get ready for the next bit. Okay, now if you're also finding that you're getting a little bit of shaking when you're holding this, that's okay, but if it's too much, then just release off how much you're pushing or pulling. Okay, it can be quite a gentle push and pull. Again, these things are just going to progress as you practice this stuff more. If you're a beginner to active flexibility, then don't expect it to be like really crazy straight away. You need to build it up, and that's going to help prevent injuries and ultimately mean that your progression is even better because it's going to be safer. Okay, let's go again. Wrapping around the heel. Okay, squeeze in the quad, and we're going to push for a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing, keeping the quad engaged. Pull that leg in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently come out and relax. Well done, everyone. Really, really good. Let's change sides. Keeping that butt down on the floor, and we're going to push away for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, engage the quad, but pull for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax out. I can feel my muscles starting to shake towards the end there. Okay, we'll just leave that at 2 sets for now, and let's move on to the next exercise. For the next exercise, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be for our quads and our hip flexors. So I'm just going to be joining my plant over here in this small gap that we need for this exercise. So we're just going to use the wall behind us. We're going to go through a couple of different positions. So the first thing that we're going to do is bring the leg back so that the knee is against the wall. We're then going to bring the other leg forward. So the first thing we're going to do is just sit up and then keep the bum in towards the heel. Okay, so this may not look the same like on you as it does on me, so just do what position for you feels comfortable. You can even use some yoga blocks out in front just to help stabilize you. Okay, so here what we're going to do is we're going to do some active pushing pushing your foot against the wall. okay? Just to get a little bit of contraction in the quad. And if you're a bit further away than I am, that's fine. You'll get a little bit of extra movement each time. If you're completely flat to the wall like me, then you won't get any extra movement, but you will get strength gains, okay? So let's get ready. We're gonna push the foot into the wall in 3, 2, 1. Push and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So if you've got space to move back, just try and bring your bum and your heel a little bit closer together. We're just going to hold it here in a nice passive stretch for a few more seconds. And then we're going to get ready to push in 3, 2, 1. Push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Go deeper into the stretch if you can. And we're just going to hold it here. We're going to just do one more set of these in a second, so just a little bit more longer with the stretching, with the passive stretch, that is. Keep breathing. Surprising how much less intense and painful stretching feels if you breathe nice and deeply throughout. Okay, ready? In 3, 2, 1, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, hold it a little bit longer, just in a passive stretch. Nice deep breaths. And we're going to very gently come out and change sides. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to alternate kind of between the two sides, doing some different stretches, because it's so intense if you just stay on one side, and there's nothing wrong with alternating between, just to make it a little bit easier really to deal with the amount of stretching you're putting on your body. So again, bringing that knee to the wall, bringing the other leg out in front, and then just sitting up, bringing your bum towards your heel. And then we're going to just push in 3, 2, 1, and push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and passively stretch. Bringing your bum to your heel. Remember to use something. If you need to balance on something, that's not a problem. Keep breathing. And get ready to push again in 3, 2, 1, and push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice deep breath. And just relax into that stretch. And remember, it's totally fine if your butt and your heel don't get any closer towards each other yet. Okay, so if you are a little bit further away, it's not a problem. You're just going to go to where you feel comfortable. Okay, ready to push for the last time. In 3, 2, 1, and push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax out. Hold the stretch for a little bit. We're going to change sides in a second, so you can give this leg a little bit of a break. Okay, and we're going to gently come out of it. Okay, so the next set that we're going to do is going to go more into the hip flexors, so it's going to be a little bit more intense, but I want to just remind you to just go to where you feel comfortable. Okay, if it feels like too much and your body is screaming at you, then it's too much. Listen to that voice. Okay, it's fine to challenge yourself, it's fine to push yourself a little bit, but it gets into that kind of danger zone if you're like really sweating and like it's too hard and your body's like, oh my god, this is agonizing. There's just no need. Your body's just going to tense up, and that's the opposite of the effect we're trying to have on the body. Okay, so just bear those things in mind, and that kind of goes along your whole flexibility training. Okay, so this time we're going to go into that same position, so knee to wall, bringing the other leg forward now. So we're going back to that first side, and this time we're going to drop the hips down towards the floor. Okay, so you've got this nice open hip position. Now, when you're here, I want you to think about tucking your tailbone under and squeezing your back glute, okay? So squeeze and tuck under. You may actually see no difference in terms of what you're looking at when you do those things, but it's okay because it is happening, and it is then getting you a nice kind of active position. So we're going to do the same thing as we did before, so pushing the back of the foot or the top of the foot into the wall. So squeeze the glute, and we're going to push in 3, 2, 1, push, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax down. Nearly forgot how to count then. I don't know why I started counting backwards either, rather than forwards, which is what I was doing at the start. But that's all good. As long as you all know what I'm doing, that's fine. Okay, ready to push again in 3, 2, 1, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You may find that your hips go lower and lower to the floor as you do each one. That's great. If not, that's also fine. Whatever works for you is good. Nice deep breath. And we're going to do one last one in 3, 2, 1, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Whew, it's intense for me. Couple of deep breaths. And we're gently coming out. Changing sides. We're going to do the same thing again. Bringing the knee back. Bringing the other leg in front. Remember, I didn't say this already, but you can still hold on to things in this variation. So if you need some yoga blocks or a chair or whatever you need, that's fine. Okay. Nice deep breaths. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, push for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Nice deep breaths. Keep the butt squeezed. Sorry, I forgot to cue you on that. Keeping that glute squeezed throughout. And ready for the next one in 3, 2, 1, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. I have to do my best not to count really, really fast because I'm actually doing this as well. I'm not pretending. So I just want to be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I'm not doing that. I'm trying my best to count slowly still, which I'm sure you hate me for. Okay, ready for the last one. Nice deep breath. And in 3, 2, 1, we're going to push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice deep breath. Relax for a second. Couple of deep breaths. Keep the butt squeezed. And gently come out. Oh, well done, everyone. And let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, so we've got one more exercise to do using the wall. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to bring your hands down to the floor and tuck your toes under, pushing your bum up, and you're going to just have one foot central and that foot flat to the floor as much as you can. If you need to go up on your toes, that's okay, but remember the aim is to get that heel down. It might just take a little bit of practice for you to get there. We're then going to bring up your back leg, press the top of your foot in towards the wall and lift up, okay? Now remember, at this point it really doesn't matter how close you are to the wall, okay? So obviously if I bring my heel in towards the wall and then bring my pelvis flat down, then we're in a flat split. If I have my heel away and still push my pelvis into the wall, that's an over split. Okay, if I have my heel away and my hips away, then we're not in a flat split, but you're still going to be getting that kind of active flexibility into your end range. So it really doesn't matter which position you're in or what level your splits are. We can still get a lot from this exercise. Now, from here, we're going to try and squeeze the bum, the top leg of the glute. Okay, we're going to squeeze it and isolate it first. Okay, so the first thing I want us to do is to do 10 pulses of that glute. So bring yourself into position, straighten out both of your knees, and we're going to just squeeze the bum for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slide back down, and we're going to change sides, but I just want to get some blood back into the right parts of my body. We don't want to be upside down for too long. Okay, let's change sides. So finding your position, remembering that you might be different on the other side, and that's totally fine. Okay, squeezing the knees, get them nice and straight, and we're going to do 10 pulses with the bum. So we're going to squeeze and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and relax, and then come back down. Okay, now for the next version of this exercise, we're going to squeeze the bum like we just did. So now we know how to do that. We know how to access that part of our body. We're going to squeeze, and then we're going to lift the leg off of the wall. Okay, even if it's just a millimeter, I really don't care. I don't care what your positioning is. The only things I care about is that your knees are straight as much as you can get them straight, and that you're squeezing your butt. Those are the only two things. Everything else is just going to be dependent on your ability. Okay, so are we ready? We're going to do 10. So one leg up, go into as far as you want to. We're going to squeeze and lift and relax and relax. That's 1. Squeeze, lift, relax the leg, relax the glute. That's 2. Keep it going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back down. Give yourself a nice little shake and nice deep breath. I always find it really satisfying to have like a really nice deep breath, probably because I don't breathe properly in the exercise, but that's fine. We're all working on stuff, right? So when you're ready, let's change sides. Bringing the leg up, engaging that knee. We're going to go squeeze the butt, lift the leg, release the butt. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax out. Okay, so this time we're going to do another set on each side. Okay, and I'm going to do 10 on one side, and then we're going to go straight into 10 on the other side without a pause in between. So just warning you of that if you need that break in between, then you can pause the video and have a little breather. That's fine. Okay, so just come out when you feel like you need to. So let's prepare ourselves for that with some nice deep breaths. One more for luck. Okay, are we good to go? So picking your side, and we're going to go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's change sides. And let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax out. Give yourself a little shake out. Okay, so the final active exercise for today is we're going to do some split lifts. So you're going to go into your splits just as far as you can go, and then we're going to squeeze, lift yourself off the floor, and then relax down. Okay, we're just going to do 10 of those, and then we're going to finish off with some passive stretching. We'll do the other side, and then we'll finish off with a little bit of general passive stretching. Okay, so I'm using yoga blocks here because this is just going to help me lift slightly. So it's not cheating. Okay, if you need to put a little bit of extra pressure through your hands to get that lift up off of the floor, that's okay. Again, remember, we are working to progress these things, so eventually you'll be able to do it without any extra support. Okay, obviously if your splits aren't flat yet, then you'll need something just to help you so that you don't drop too far into it past your point of being comfortable. Okay, remember, it's always important to stay comfortable where you can breathe. Okay, so I'm just going to bring my yoga blocks either side of me. Bring one leg forward. I don't mind which side you start with. I'm going to start with my less preferred side, just because it makes me feel better when I get to my good side. Okay, so you're going to just drop as low as you feel comfortable. It doesn't even need to be flat. So even if you've got a flat split and you don't want to go there right away, that's fine. Okay, so just go to where you feel comfortable. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull the back knee in, pull the front heel backwards to try and square the hips out and lift the body up. So we're going to go pull and lift. See how I'm lifting my body up? I'm squeezing through my legs, squeezing my glutes, squeezing everything, and then drop back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to just relax down into your full split position, or just where you feel comfortable. Remember, you can still use your blocks. So we're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently coming out, and I mean gently. Okay, I don't like the whole like flopping out of things. I want everything to be active as you come out of a position. Okay, let's change sides. Again, just go into where you're comfortable. And we're going to squeeze. So again, pulling that front heel back, pulling the back knee in, and just squeezing through the pelvis to lift up off of the floor. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and then just relax down into your full split position. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are you enjoying my slow counting? Okay, gently coming out of that. We're going to do one more of these on each side. So going back to your first side, we're going to slide forward, just going as low as you feel comfortable. Might be a bit better than the first time, which is cool. And we're going to push and pull with the legs to lift up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, relax down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gently coming out. And I did forget to say this at the beginning, but if you're in an oversplit, then you can do this in an oversplit as well. Okay, sorry if I'm telling you that a bit too late. Pop some yoga blocks underneath your ankles. You can do exactly the same movements and then relax into an oversplit position. Okay, back to the second side. This is the last one we're going to do of this, you'll be pleased to know. So are we ready? Push and pull. Lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, relax out. Well done. Okay, we're just going to finish off with a couple of stretches, just passively to kind of finish off this stretching session. And then to finish off fully, I'm going to show you a couple of kind of exercises just to get everything working again. Okay. So first of all, we're just going to squeeze the glutes to like really open out those feet like we did at the beginning, and then just drop down into a comfortable straddle fold. If you need some yoga blocks underneath your ankles, then feel free to do so. And we're just going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to walk over to one side and we're going to hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the other side. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're just going to finish off with a box split hold. Okay, nothing too intense, so we're just going to bring ourselves to the wall. You're going to bring the insides of your heel in towards the wall and just get your bum in as close as you feel comfortable. And we're just going to squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently come out of that to relax out. Okay, like I said, we're just going to do kind of one exercise as like a reset, just to get the body moving and activating. So you're going to get your yoga block. You're going to lie with your butt to the wall. You're going to squeeze the yoga block in between your knees, bringing your feet up against the wall, and we're going to do some glute bridges, squeezing the knees together and squeezing the glutes at the top. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under. We're going to push up and through, squeezing through the glutes, squeezing through the insides of the legs, and then drop it down. We're just going to do 5 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, relaxing out. Well done, everyone. You'll be pleased to know we are done with our active flexibility. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy how I teach, if you enjoyed any of this content, then please go and check out my website, which is www.poledancing-therapist.com, where I have lots of different memberships, including lots of different active flexibility programs, which has even more content than what I've shown you today. But thank you so much for coming and watching, and I hope you found this content useful.